Yo, here's some fresh perspective for you. Feel free to take notes. Knowledge from the great beyond. I'm just going to start reading some stuff I wrote as entertainment. Crossing me, Jesus will refuse to save you. Jesus don't mess with me, and that's okay. He steps aside when I come through. Not because I'm evil, I just hold that much power inside me. The devil and Grim Reaper salute me. I'm clowning tonight. If you aren't self-aware and careless, keep away from me. I refuse to point out issues to an adult who should just know better. Not doing it. I refuse to point out issues to an adult who should just know better. I'm not doing critical thinking for you. You like it, I'll love it for you. Y'all make me sleepy. I'm so serious. People who are careless and just act like they don't give a fuck, they make me so sleepy. You put me right to sleep. Do right by me or lose me without a fight. You know why? I choose me always, and I highly suggest everybody else do the same. If life wasn't supposed to get messy, dirt wouldn't exist or be essential to a garden's growth. Don't get in where you fit in, stand strong where you belong. I'm going to say it again. If life wasn't supposed to get messy, dirt wouldn't exist or be essential to a garden's growth. Don't get in where you fit in, stand strong where you belong. It's weird they make us pay top dollar for natural products when natural is free from earth. Literally, it is. Shame on them. Yes, I say things like this out loud at stores. I want them to know someone is watching. I'm not afraid to take them all on. I do too. I'll say some random, just spout out stuff like that. Or just talk about the chemicals they put in the food, and I'll set stuff down. Like, listen, I make a scene a little bit. Rattle some cages a little bit. Make sure there's employees around when I'm saying and doing these things. I don't care if people think I'm unhinged and I'm talking to myself. I really do not give two shits. I want people to think I'm unhinged. They'll stay away from me, I bet you that. Don't compete where there is no comparison. Let them have the race. Acknowledge an ending where they put a period firmly down. The day will come where you can breathe without feeling like your chest will cave in. Keep going. Took me some years. Listen, for 30 years, every time I breathe, it just feels so heavy. And I can close my eyes and think of nothing. I can ride in my car without music blaring, drowning out my thoughts, because I can sit with my thoughts now and just be smiling, laughing to myself, having the greatest time doing nothing. It's little subtle things like that that just mean the world to me, and I feel like I won the lottery. I prefer to be a part of the process versus being satisfied with a finished product. Like I said, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I feel like there's a lot of people that would rather arrive at the finished product versus being a part of the process. They just want the results with their hand out. Nah, not me. Allow yourself to be happy without guilt. I've walked every dark path out there, so believe me when I tell you, you do get better. The key is you must want it to happen. I'm so serious. Like, I just remember over the years, every time I would get happy or I would be where I'm at now, I would start to feel guilty because it was like my brain was forcing me to, feel these things. I didn't know how to navigate my empathy, but the empathy was demanding to be felt and these things were demanding to be seen. And, I would feel guilty about being happy and smiling with all this destruction. But now it's like I can work on the destruction and still look and find the beauty and be an example of beauty and light in spite of the destruction. I've learned how to carry it around or set it down because it's not going anywhere. I don't have to carry it all around with me. I can leave it in my workshop. I can work on it and I can tap out and I can still be present for my life because my life matters too. I'm like really starting to understand that. And plus, like all the things that I felt guilty about myself, like all my mistakes, I didn't allow myself to be happy because I didn't think I deserved to smile because of the things that I've done. Put myself in harm's way, got arrested a few times, chased unnecessary people and things like that. Like putting myself in harm's way, and just like I said, all these things that I'm doing, it took me until now, when it's 36 years old, to finally be able to look at myself and not hate what I see. Permanently. And like I said, I did not think I would be where I'm at right now. And it's like, I'm almost like waiting for, there's not going to be any shoe that drops. Not this time. There's not going to be anybody around the corner ready to tear me down. Because I'm going to be ready for them. There's this video I came across of this chick. These just crack me up, and I'm just speaking on them just because I feel like doing it. And she was talking about how if a man makes $50K, he shouldn't date. And I just get to laughing because anytime I talk, people talk about money, or you have to, just are very materialistic individuals. Like, I understand you need good money to make it these days, but I'm just saying, like, humans want hierarchy so bad. So it's like, if you don't do this, then you're nothing. And it just cracks me up, and I laughed. I thought it was hilarious because it's like, who is she to tell somebody, you know what I mean? And I guess that's the beauty of opinions. It's just an opinion. It doesn't make it a fact. But still. And it just reminded me of posts I've seen floating around about high value men / women. And my first perspective on it is, society wants someone else to bring them value or love so bad you ignore you may not be of any value yourself without self-awareness. You lack self-awareness if your focus is what can someone else bring you. The human entitlement in the ego is screaming here. Oh wait, I'm a hater, I forgot. But it's true though. Like, why does everybody want to demand what someone else can bring them? Bring it to yourself first. Focus should be on being someone you want to spend life with first. I can tell you, someone who is truly valuable won't care what others can bring. They can't obtain themselves. I'm telling you first. I'm telling you. Another person is a bonus to enhance balance that I provide myself. I can bet any amount of money that the same ones requesting high value are at war with themselves, so they'll eventually take you with them. I can also Guarantee they are surface level thinkers lacking depth in their critical thinking skills. I bet that value you speak of is materialistic and you want a transactional love, not a partnership. If you wanted a partnership, then you wouldn't be demanding value. You know, you'd know the value another person brings automatically. All the answers are within you. Human entitlement demands someone else provide what you lack inside. Serious. Moving on. Responsible people have self-control so they can govern themselves. Responsible people don't need laws and voting to ensure right versus wrong. Taxes are proof we pay for someone to micromanage our life, forcing accountability instead. It's sad for anyone to still believe a government is necessary at all. Speaks to the true nature and character of society that y'all need a government to make sure you don't become reckless and to take care of your own home planet naturally. Like, seriously, why wouldn't you want to automatically live in a healthy environment? I'm confused. Why do you still need somebody to vote in a president to ensure things get done correctly when you can have automatic systems and still have the people to ensure to overlook everything? But still, like I said, when you start removing the way of life that is triggering survival mode, you're gonna it's just gonna like feel like a curse has been taken off your life. Like you've broken a curse. Because it's like so different than survival mode. And the way everything is, it's designed to keep you in survival mode. They want you to be in fight, flight, or freeze. They want you feeling like you have so much anxiety and you can't get any better, so you need their medications to live on, and you don't. I'm telling you, it's really all part of in your head and redirecting those thoughts. You have to want it. Speaks to the true character, to the true nature and character of society that y'all need a government to make sure you don't become reckless and to take care of your own home planet naturally. Y'all really believe this planet has evolved? Yikes. Technology has. Mentally, not at all. I don't even mean that in a bad way. I'm saying, like, as far as us not being more of a community and not even seeing that it's 2024 and we're still fighting for human rights to exist on this planet. Doesn't make any sense. I'm so serious. It's a shame more people don't think for themselves. Moving on. Yes, I troll online so they can check out my Facebook, then be directed to YouTube. I don't care if it's good or bad. Any press at all means my name is getting out there. I'm shooting for beyond the sky being my limit. If you don't like what I have to say then under public posts, then don't make them public. I love when a gremlin comes for me. I'm here to ruffle feathers, to inflict change. My methods are off the chain every time, yet intention remains the same. Change. I want your mind thinking. Personal attacks on me only prove how shallow your mind is. I love any experience I get. I'll turn it into knowledge. Human behavior is fascinating to study in all aspects. There was a video of a guy talking about basically he doesn't want someone who has a past and who's been promiscuous as a wife. He doesn't see any value in that. And then he goes on to talk about homeless people and how women don't want a homeless man and this and that. And it's like, okay, you can make your point, but then he goes on to talk about at the end how it's their filth. And it's like, you can make your point without what did homeless people do to you? Like, I can understand if somebody doesn't want somebody who's been around the block or whatever. I just think people who have experienced a life-altering events, like, it's all in their character. Their character will speak for themselves. I wouldn't want somebody who can't see the error of their own ways and can't self-regulate themselves. Like, I have to constantly do it for them. Like, I wouldn't want that either. Like, I kind of get where he was going, but like I said, you can make your point without placing yourself, like, he is all about superiority, and that was very clear that he allows his ego to lead for him. And I knew he was kind of a clown, so I just comment, my 3-year-old has more logic than this, because it's very disrespectful for you to speak about homeless people and call them filth. And, like I said, you can have your opinions and it doesn't make it fact. I'm just saying, I obviously had a problem with, I don't have a problem with admitting I have a problem. I'm very passionate about homeless people. And honestly, homeless people are some of the coolest people you'll ever meet in your life. And you'll get some of the greatest life lessons from them. So, yeah, I guess, in a way I was bothered by it. But still, it just was like, okay, who gave you a mic? So, I made some people mad online. It was hilarious. I was a stupid B word. I was, just all kinds of stuff. So I wrote this post and it says, hey, I'm making them mad today online. I love it when someone attacks me personally. Know why? It tells me your intelligence ran out, so belittling is all you got left. I win. Dang, all I said was my 3-year-old has more logic than the guy on the mic in the video. He was comparing homeless people to hoes without offering any correlation to how those relate. I mean, I guess he was basically calling them both trash. So, I guess, anyway. Honestly, one has nothing to do with the other. His logic was off, period. I guess he just needed to feel better, so placing himself above them was necessary for him to do at that time. I speak out against human ego and entitlement. Curious who hurt him. I'll be whatever you need me to be to make yourself more comfortable having a limited perspective. I know it's easier to throw insults around than it is to develop critical thinking skills. I'll pray for you. I know it's hard dealing with someone who has faced reality and their truth, so you can't throw anything in my face to get a reaction, just laughter, because only unhealed, triggered people personally attack others for real. Like, there's this guy, he was like, let me guess, you're a single mom. And I know that was meant to belittle me and to bring in that hierarchy. That's what I call a gremlin. So I was dying laughing. One of the last things I'm going to share that I wrote, I'm going to talk about shedding love. Listen, I did not think I would be able to shed this love. And I would be able to move on from it mentally. It is just such a beautiful feeling. Shedding all the love you have for someone really frees your mind. The spell has been broken. I thought I'd be trapped in love forever. Moving on, breathing so smoothly. It's beautiful. Appreciate the lesson about what true love isn't, and that definitely wasn't healthy mutual love in any form. I have officially broken the curse upon my life, so I know it can only get better from this moment. Mental curses that keep you stuck in place or anything. Like, I went in mentally, swimming through my subconscious and conscious mind, all that stuff, and just kept allowing kept allowing myself to face everything, accept it, acknowledge it, give it, validate it, give it somewhere to go. If you're finding yourself loving somebody, you gotta put that love somewhere else. Anyone needs tips on shedding, seek EMDR therapy, for real. It'll save your life. It is completely rewiring my nervous system. It's mind-blowing. I'm not even kidding. I'm still in shock about how at peace I am. Yeah, toxicity gotta go. No more catch and release mind games being played on me ever again. Man, that shit is so, like, it's so manipulative, and it makes you so sick, and I'm, like, love sick, and I'm not playing nothing. I'm nothing on games. I'm not becoming sick for anyone. I just shed and processed out my last fuck I have to give out. I feel so light I could fly. I kept facing my trigger until the love dissolved. Like, the social media activity, you know, I have like a list of things I would look at to see if there was any activity on these pages, because if there was, and I'm getting, you know, excuses, and I'm getting, oh, I wasn't feeling good for this many days, or my phone was messed up, but I can physically see there's been social media activity, I know you're a lie. Like, I know you're lying to me, and you are avoiding me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was hurtful. And like I said, I felt like I couldn't say anything because, you know, we weren't together, but it still was hurtful because I was interested in, just seeing what happened. And like I said, I didn't understand these feelings that I was starting to develop. I didn't want to care about what somebody was doing, but I just saw that they were just bullshitting me, you know what I mean? And like I said, over time, I just kept doing it. I kept looking it up. I kept putting a timeline together. Every time I'd get an excuse or a 3-day later reply and stuff like that, I would just check my list. And like I said, if I saw activity, then I would already know what's up. And that's fine. Like I said, it's happened for the last time. Over time, you lose respect and love. And the love just dissolves. Like, there's nothing, it doesn't affect me at all. I checked it again today just to see if I would get any sort of, like, if I felt like my heart was aching or breaking or anything. Nope. It's like, okay, you made your choice. I'm going to let you, you know what I mean? Like, that's fine. It's not like I let it go. And it's just so beautiful. I'm just like, just happy. Like, whatever. I fuck with myself so much. It no longer matters. About, like I said, the past is just, there's so much distance between me and the past now. It's so beautiful and so peaceful. Like, I'm creating this peace within myself, and it's at the same time, it's finding me. No cares or lingering hurt from this situation anymore. I stand strong where I belong, and that's moving on. You must delete or block whatever you have to for you. You don't owe anyone an explanation they should know. Hashtag welcome home. Seriously, welcome home. I don't care if it's hot outside or muggy. I just be wanting to sing and dance. Just so giddy, because I did not think I could be here. I thought I'd be pining after something forever. No. These are just random notes I found. I figured would be good to share before I go. The problem is lacking emotional intelligence required to process empathy. It does take emotional intelligence to process empathy. Core of trauma is disconnection, where fear is dominant. We must restore safety by regulating connection. The more we connect, the less panic and fear dominate our nervous system. You become a warrior when you refuse to back down. You become a warrior when you stand up after the enemy knocks you down. You become a warrior when you refuse to sit still politely. I don't want brand new TVs, fancy cars, or material items. I want inflation control, affordable housing, and world unity. Telling someone to suck it up doesn't build character, it builds armor. I'll say it again. Telling someone to suck it up doesn't build character, it builds their armor. Know the parts of yourself before you give them away. Ooh, that's a good one. Know how you become unstoppable and the most feared witch around. Proper knowledge, clarity, and transparency. They won't know what direction they're headed next. It's going to confuse them. The body isn't a temple. Temples can be destroyed. Our body is nature. It can be created or grown over and over again. Tragedy causes parts of us to get stuck in the past. Healing is going back to bring those pieces to life in the present. I'm going to say it again. Tragedy causes parts of us to get stuck in the past. Healing is going back to bring those pieces to life in the present. A superpower is feeling everything by allowing it to break you completely open almost daily while blooming through it. There was one last little note I wanted to share. It was about intuition. I just have to find it. I think it's on this last page. Yeah, here it is. Intuition will be your one true best friend. Every time I'm told to check something, it never fails me. Thank you, higher power, for always showing me a way out. So serious. The more you become closer to yourself and the higher power, faith, you build your faith, your intuition will be your one true best friend. And that is all I have for tonight. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time.